Hello and welcome to another video. I just want to talk about some things that you get to see while you are being falsely accused of something, and they take you and put you in this little room and let you basically do nothing but eat, sleep, and that's basically all you do. Eat, sleep, and get up, take a shower, eat, sleep, get up, do it all over again. But there are things that other roommates um, love to do to get attention. Like some of them will take a whole roll or two, maybe three rolls of toilet paper and put it in the toilet that's in each room and just keep flushing until it overflows and gets the guards out. They have to mop it all up and everything. And if you have some rec time when you get out to take a shower, for like 2 hours, if it happens during that time, they don't let you out. And if when they get that all cleaned up, if you still got a little bit of rec time, they may let you out if it's enough time. If it's like 30 minutes or more, then they may consider it. But if it's past that time and nobody else has a rec time after you, right immediately after you, like if your rec time is 12 to 2 and nobody has a rec time of at 2 o'clock, I've never seen them let you out for an hour or get out to take a shower. You just have to wait until your next rec time, and if that's the next day, then that's the way it's going to be. So people acting a fool can mess it up for others. Sometimes you can't get any sleep. The doors are all solid metal. It's not like the one behind me here. There's bars. It's solid cinder block walls with a metal door that slides open, and it's got a little flap in it where they give you stuff, your meals and all. And sometimes the guards in there, they get to know you, and they actually will open up your door instead of open up the flap and hand you food. They'll actually open up the door and saying, hopefully you're having a nice day, and hand your tray meal to you. They start showing that respect because you're showing respect to them. And some of them start to realize over time that, they like, I don't see why you're here. You don't seem to be that kind of person. And they show respect of what kind of person you are to them. And the reason why you can't get sleep because the metal doors, they have a little play in them, because it's like in some homes that a door will slide and it will hide itself between walls. It slides like that. So the door is not solid like on hinges and stuff. It kind of moves a little bit, and they will sit there and bang on them doors for hours to no end. And you just can't get sleep because when they bang on that door, it just echoes throughout the whole location where you're at, and you just can't get no sleep. And sometimes they will behave themselves to the point where they will get their rec time, and then they'll go flying off the handle, and they get out there and take the chairs and start throwing them, tables. It gets to them, or they have a mental issue. I don't know, but they just fly off the handle, and it just messes it up for everybody else. I've seen people when they get off of the van to go to court where they try to run, which they're not going to go far because they have shackles on your hands, which is a chain around your waist, and then they got some on your ankles. So if you're going to run very slow. You're not going to really high pace whatsoever. But they still try. they take things from your home to try to get evidence. And the thing is, the things that they take, you don't want them back. You don't want the memories of the event that happened, especially when I don't know if somebody's guilty, how they feel about getting their stuff back, but I know since I was not guilty, never went to court and anything, and the truth came out what really happened. I myself, I didn't want any of that stuff back because I didn't want to see it every day and remind me of all the BS I had to go through to get back where I should never left from. So when you get out, it's like, in my case, it's like starting all over. You have to replace all the material things, and if you run a business before it all happened, you try to build it back, but after 6 7 months I started thinking about it, like, no, I'm not going to sit there and get uh, held against my will for no reason, kidnapped, and lose all this and get out after they say, oh, I'm sorry, and go on like nothing ever happened. No, I'm going to get rewarded, and I did. I decided to benefit from it, to get paid back from all what was taken from me, and decided to retire and live life and enjoy it. All the BS I went through, I deserve not have to work. I deserve my freedom even more than I did before I even went in there after I got falsely accused. And I've been living life that way ever since. So I did what I had to do to get compensated for all the BS I went through. If you've never been falsely accused and locked up, you really cannot understand or comprehend of the heartache, the agony it is every day sitting in there knowing that you're getting falsely accused of something you never did. And nothing you can do about it except sit there and wait until time reveals the truth. However long that may be, you don't know at the time. And it takes a toll on you as days go by. It gets harder and harder. You have to be a very strong person, not physical, but mentally in here and up here to be able to get through it, to cope with it. Every minute that you're awake, even when you're asleep, it's them things they call nightmares. Yeah, you'll get some. But if you're strong, you can overcome them. After about 6 7 months, I started having some. But before the first year was up, I didn't have that issue anymore because I was determined to prove my innocence. And I did, and I didn't ever have to go to court. Never seen the inside of the courtroom for what I was falsely accused of. But I've been living the good life, they say, since all the BS I went through. I deserve it. Been held for 500 and some days for something that I didn't do. And then when you have family members that act a fool and not stand by your side, that makes it even worse. Of all people that you would feel that would be by your side through thick and thin, that knows you very well, and they don't. Well, that just gives you a new outlook and perspective of what kind of person or people they really are. And you treat them according to that finding from then on. I mean, it's just simple as they say, the $1 million question is, did you do it? Then I replied instantly, the $1 billion question is, you feel that you even actually have to ask that question. And then I walked away. It might be $1 million question they want to ask, did I do it? I said, well, it's $1 billion question if you feel that you actually need to ask that question. You can be stupid, but I'm not going to stand here and entertain it. Losing friends over it is one thing, which I really didn't lose anybody. I mean, everybody I associated with as friends and chatted with, on a daily or weekly basis, I still do now. But it's hard to be in there being falsely accused. And then you get people that's real close to you, especially when it's family, that has the nerve and the audacity and stupidity to even ask that question. But they can have their ignorancy all they want. But I'm not going to let it bother me. I said my piece. They said it's $1 million question. I told them that, well, it's $1 billion question as well. And I left it as that, and I left it behind me. Never looked back about it. I'm not angry about it. I just say my piece and let it be. Let them dwell on their own words of, should I even ask that? So they're the ones that are going to have to answer for that one, not me. I mean, I still sit sometimes and watch videos here and drink my coffee. And I still have thoughts of all them times and days that I was there. It can happen to anybody at any time. Somebody can falsely accuse you, and the DA can take it and run with it, regardless of looking at actually at the facts. They are more concerned about putting another notch in their belt than getting the guilty party behind bars. Well, they didn't know who they were dealing with. They were dealing with somebody that was determined to prove their innocence and was not going to give them any material of verbal or anything, because it wasn't there, to crucify me, because there's no evidence. And I wasn't going to talk to them. They said, we would like to talk. Nope. I have nothing to say except I'm innocent, and I'm just waiting for you to figure out what actually happened. And I told you what happened. And when you've come to that conclusion and that fact that what I have said is actually true in fact, and you can come and tell me that I can go home, that's the only thing I want to hear from you. Have a nice day. And that's what I told them. Every time they want to talk to me, I was like, nope. Are you telling me, are you, if I go there, are you going to tell me I can go home? Nope, we want to talk. Well, I don't want to talk. After a while, they kind of started, didn't like that. They stopped asking to talk to me. And then a few months, I would say good 4 months went by. Then my new attorney came by and, without her books and under her arm and all. And I knew right then what she was going to say because she was smiling from ear to ear and she had no literature or books or nothing. And I just looked at her. I said, do I get out of here today or tomorrow after to get paperwork done? She said, it should be today if they get the paperwork done. I said, yeah, it'd probably be tomorrow. They're probably going to try to drive that last nail home and make it me stay here one more night. And it started getting 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going nowhere. Then the next day, met my attorney again. She said, all the paperwork's done. It just needs to be transferred over to the proper offices, whatever, and get it finalized. And she says, you be out of here today because I'm going to go over to that location and actually be sure they process it and get it done. And that afternoon, my name was called on the intercom in my room and it says, pack your things, you're leaving. And that is when I knew that I won not only the battle, but I won the war on that one. It was a long battle, but at the end, I won the war. Because I was fighting for my freedom like I have never had to do before. But it was worth every bit of it because here I am, like 11 years later, got my freedom back, come and go as I please, don't have to worry about work, spend time with the grandkids, travel, make videos, which I'm trying my best with the grandkids all taking my time and other things. Try to make more videos, but I'm trying to dedicate my time. I got on the schedule in my big old thick book here that I put together just a few days ago. Big old thick book here, nothing but content that I'll be making on all my platforms I'm on, which is only like 3. YouTube and Mixler and what's the one that I do my radio? I do on Zeno Radio, which is also does my podcasts, which all that information should be in the description below this video. Go check it out and listen. I put up content on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I take Friday and Saturday and do whatever. Grandkids, sit back and watch videos, go out to movies, go to dinner, whatever. Just enjoy my freedom that I had to fight for. Get to travel. I've driven to Arizona, all the states in the South. I went through Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, New Mexico, and stopped in each one of them and spent the night and enjoyed time. I got a piece of paper over here on the wall with all the states listed on it, and I'm marking them off as I go to each one. I'm determined to hit every one. And if I hit every one, not if, when I hit all of them, then I start looking to travel outside of the states. That's what I was planning on doing anyway when I closed my heat and air company. But now I fell into this WISP hobby that helps me to travel even more. I can only thank one for that. God has seen me through all the BS I had to go through. And then after I stood my ground and got back home, I have been blessed to be able to have the freedom and to travel and all as I planned to before all the BS happened. I'm doing it actually even earlier because if that didn't happen, I would still be doing heat and air probably up to, you know, 55 years old. But I retired 10 years earlier than I actually was planning on because I was going to plan on doing my heat and air for a good 30 years at least. But after 20 some years, BS happened, got out, and I said, hey, but I'm retiring and I'm going to enjoy life. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So when you are falsely accused, regardless if you are put behind bars or not, if you're innocent, damn it, fight and prove that you're innocent. Don't stop fighting. They lock you up, appeal it. Appeal it until the last breath you have. Because freedom is always worth the fight for. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And just because you get locked up and people say, "Oh, he must be innocent because he got locked up." Well, they can kiss my posterior. Just because you get locked up don't mean you're guilty. And all the people that say that people are guilty just because they get locked up, I feel sorry for them because they have a very bored life. Assume things just because certain actions are taken. That has to be the most miserable shit show of a life to live. That's just it's just sad to see people have to, or it's sad to see people live that way. They have a choice. They just choose not to live a good life. But I will live a great life after all the BS. When I when I had to be on a journey from being falsely accused, I was determined to be success at the end, and I was, and I still am, and I'm going to keep going that way. And if you want to read about it, get my book. You can go to any major bookstore and be able to order my book, even on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, any of them. You can go there and get the book. It's a short book. It's only 150 pages, but I hit the highlights so you're not get bored by the stuff that's not really interesting. It's pretty much telling you the before, during, and after. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.